In the world, there are roads that one can only manage to travel on once in a lifetime because they are either extremely dangerous or in very poor condition. You are on the TopFacts channel, and today we will show you 13 roads, a devil's dozen of paths, that can only be described as hellish trails. They defy logic, and traveling on them goes against the instinct of self-preservation. It is time for a new challenge. The Stelvio Pass in Italy is located in the very heart of the Italian Alps at an altitude of 2,757 meters. It ranks second among passes with asphalt roads in the Eastern Alps. This road is a stunning blend of natural beauty and human creativity, attracting many adventure seekers and nature lovers. Imagine a serpentine road with countless sharp turns that snake around mountain slopes, winding like a gray snake. These twists and turns challenge even the most experienced drivers. Each curve demands skill and focus, while the dazzling landscapes can certainly distract from the road. Along this route, you can appreciate the majestic beauty of the alpine views in all their glory. Thousands of motorcyclists come here every year to tackle all the steep bends, and sports car enthusiasts aim to feel the grip on sharp curves. The place is very popular. But let us not forget that the pass is not without its issues. To ensure safety during the peak tourist season, which typically lasts from June to September, this is when traffic intensity is the highest, authorities have implemented measures to manage the flow of vehicles. Drivers must strictly adhere to speed limits, and maintenance services strive to keep the road in excellent condition. The Jacob's Ladder, as we know it, is a mythical object connecting Earth to heaven. But a very real place on the island of Tasmania bears the same name because this steep descent along a mountain serpentine offers both breathtaking views and a test of courage that few drivers dare to take. It is more than just a road, it is an unforgettable life experience. Can you imagine a road so steep that its dizzying gradients with slopes exceeding 25% cause an adrenaline rush even in the bravest drivers? Jacob's Ladder tests anyone who dares to travel on it. The road winds through rugged terrain, revealing new breathtaking vistas at every turn. For some, a trip along it has already become a bold checkmark in their bucket list. A visual feast rewards drivers and passengers, showcasing expanses of wild nature, from lush greenery to rocky formations. But all the views come at a price. Sharp curves demand high concentration and skill from the driver. Each turn is comparable to threading a needle, sheer cliffs on one side and dense rocks on the other. A single wrong move can turn this thrilling journey into a dangerous adventure. The aura of mystery and charm surrounding Jacob's Ladder is enriched by local stories passed down through generations. According to legend, the road is named after Jacob, a mythical figure. It is believed that he traveled these perilous trails in search of hidden treasures. Perhaps that is why their secret magic still lures travelers. Zoji is a mountain pass in India in the western Himalayas, located on Highway 1D between Srinagar and Leh, connecting them with Jammu and Kashmir. The route is picturesque, but the road condition is simply dreadful, so the breathtaking beauty is accompanied by an acute sense of danger and unpredictable adventures. Even for the most skilled drivers, the journey through the pass at an altitude of 3,500 meters is no easy task. This road has earned its reputation as one of the most dangerous in the world. It must be said that any narrow track through high mountains, deep ravines, and extreme weather conditions is a treacherous route. But often, there is simply no alternative, and this pass also serves as a vital link between the two regions, as well as the only route for transporting essential goods. The strategic importance of Zoji dates back to ancient times, when it was a trade route between India and Central Asia. However, the pass gained modern significance during the War of 1947 to 1948, when it literally became a battlefield between Indian and Pakistani troops. Indians are known to have used tanks to defend their territories, and one of the greatest tank battles in history took place here. Zoji La is a dirt road carved into the side of steep mountains and widened just enough for one vehicle to pass. Drivers must exercise extreme caution as the road's dirt surface can crumble under adverse weather conditions or heavy traffic. The road is prone to landslides and in harsh winters to avalanches and heavy snowstorms, which can block the route for several weeks. The road itself barely clings to the slopes of steep cliffs. Drivers have to navigate sharp turns with limited visibility, and any mistake can lead to a fatal fall into the valley. If the previous road seemed frightening to you, then now you will truly be horrified. The North Yungas Road in Bolivia is better known as the Northern Death Road. Here indeed, there is a record number of fatal accidents. According to statistics, between 200 and 300 people died on it annually. The dangerous path stretches approximately 65 kilometers from the town of La Paz to the small town of Coroico in the North Yungas province, which was founded in the 18th century. To this day, it attracts lovers of fresh air and picturesque views. The most interesting part is that now you can get there via a modern, reliable asphalt road. But most tourists prefer the old Death Road, whose original name is Camino de la Muerte. The first half of it is 37 kilometers of asphalt and then begins a mix of gravel, clay, and stone. All types of transport have to travel along the edge of a sheer cliff with a vertical rock wall pressing on the other side. The altitude difference from 4,700 meters above sea level drops to 330 meters in the town of Guoliang. And everywhere you will encounter traces of past accidents, wreckage of cars, broken trees, crosses, and monuments. This route is comparable in danger to conquering Mount Everest. Many buy t-shirts as a souvenir with the inscription, "I survived the death road." The climate here is not comfortable either. Starting with cold fog in the twilight from the Andean peaks, the road descends into humid tropical jungles, adds steep cliffs, the lack of barriers, and a narrow track. Now you have a complete picture of one of the most dangerous roads in the world. And imagine if two large vehicles meet on a lane that juts out onto the mountain slope without any barrier. Nothing separates the driver from the abyss except his prudence and professionalism. Heavy trucks weighing 200 tons often have to reverse or press against the rock to let oncoming traffic pass. This road is a real test of patience and nerves, and during the rainy season, which lasts from November to March, it becomes even more dangerous. Let us head to China to witness a man-made marvel and a masterpiece of human perseverance. The Guoliang Tunnel is the most dangerous mountain road in China, where there is no room for errors. It is as terrifying as it is astonishing. Approximately 1,200 meters of the path is carved directly into the mountainside. It was not built by professional engineers, but by determined residents of a remote village led by their elder, Shen Ming Yin. And the entire road stands as a testament to their iron will. Its uniqueness lies not only in its winding route along the cliffs, but also in the story of its creation. This tunnel, cutting straight through the Taihang Mountains, was opened in 1977. Local residents spent their own funds and around 5 years chipping away at massive stone blocks by hand to build it. Before this, there was an even more dangerous path in its place called the Heavenly Ladder, narrow steps carved into the slope that connected the village of Guoliang with the nearest settlement. The residents simply wanted to create a road between the two villages without disturbing their secluded life away from the rest of the world. The tunnel remains the only way to enter this mountainous area, and especially during harsh winters, the locals needed a safer route. Drivers must proceed slowly and cautiously, honking around bends to warn oncoming traffic in areas with no visibility. And when someone does come the other way, drivers must stop at hairpin turns that will make your hair stand on end. The edge of the cliff is just a few centimeters away. The road is not paved, and when it rains, water flows through the open windows of the tunnel, turning the surface into a skating rink. Additionally, there is no artificial lighting inside the tunnel, so drivers must rely solely on the brightness of their headlights and their nerves of steel. It feels as though the mountain itself is looming over you with its massive weight. The driving experience is both thrilling and terrifying. During the winter months, snowfall can render the road impassable, while in summer, constant rockfalls pose a persistent threat. Let us move to the challenging terrain of the Sani Pass in South Africa, where sharp relief and unpredictable weather also demand courage, skill, and nerves of steel. These breathtaking gateways connect South Africa to the mountain kingdom of Lesotho, and the entire road showcases the splendor of nature and human ingenuity. One of the highest mountain routes in Africa, the Sani Pass is situated at an altitude of 2,800 meters. The road is unpaved and uneven, and only a four-wheel drive vehicle can conquer its complex topography. Navigating the pass is akin to taming a wild beast. The thrilling yet demanding stretch of road twists and turns through rocky landscapes with steep cliffs, and loose patches are a common occurrence, especially after rains. Meanwhile, unpredictable weather conditions can shift quickly from clear skies to fog or snow, and potholes and bumps keep drivers constantly alert. At the summit of the pass lies a mountain village, and if you are interested, its residents can tell you much about their culture and traditions. Once again, we head into the mountains. The Karakoram Highway is one of the longest and most breathtaking roads on the planet. It takes you through the Kunjarab Pass at an altitude of 4,693 meters, and the 1,300 kilometers of the route between Pakistan and China reveal the most incredible mountain landscapes, with each turn offering a stunningly beautiful and majestic view. This is, after all, the highest paved international road in the world, and its roots go deep into history. The route was part of the ancient Silk Road, a historic caravan route. The modern highway was constructed from 1966 to 1986, and though today it can be called an engineering marvel, it remains one of the most dangerous roads on the planet. Locals have nicknamed this route the eighth wonder of the world, and it is no surprise. Along the way, you encounter landmarks like Mount Chogori, or simply K2, the second highest mountain peak on Earth after Everest. The road leads through narrow mountain passes with sheer cliffs. During the rainy season, the journey is perilous. The narrow winding turns of the road can be treacherous in conditions of poor visibility. Therefore, in winter, parts of the highway are closed due to snow and ice. Despite these risks, traveling along the caravan route is unforgettable. The road unveils stunning views of turquoise rivers in the Hunza Valley, famous peaks, including Nanga Parbat, the ninth highest 8,000er in the world, and one of the three most dangerous mountains to climb. Almost all mountain roads have a closed season. The Leh-Manali Highway in India, between the cities of Leh and Manali, is open for traffic from June to mid-September. A breathtaking journey along it promises a decent dose of adrenaline at every turn. Unguarded mountain roads like these are not for the faint-hearted, but the unparalleled views make every moment of the journey worthwhile. The highway lies amidst majestic mountains that seem to touch the sky, and picturesque valleys unfold before you like silk drapes. Considering the long stretch of the road at 480 kilometers and its extreme altitude, exceeding 5,000 meters in some places, your body needs time to acclimatize to the thinner air. Then, unpredictable weather can arrive, bringing landslides and rockfalls that can unexpectedly turn your scenic drive into an endurance test. To make this journey manageable, it is important to plan stops wisely. Now let us embark on an incredible water journey. Passage du Gois is a paved road in France that runs along the bottom of the Bourgneuf Bay on the coast, connecting the island of Noirmoutier with the mainland. If the tunnel road in China demonstrates a handcrafted approach to construction, then this passage over water is a bold engineering project. This unique route has a peculiar feature that cannot be ignored. Twice a day, with the onset of high tide, the road disappears underwater. This forces travelers to carefully calculate the timing of their crossing. The 4-kilometer embankment is one of the strangest and most dangerous roads in the world, as the rapid rise in water levels dictates its accessibility. The crossing is only available for 1 to 2 hours a day before the tide rises again. The average difference between low and high tide is about 4 meters, which is quite critical. This means the entire road can disappear underwater in a matter of minutes. Timing is crucial for any daredevil attempting the passage, and failing to comply with this requirement can result in vehicles being swept away by the water. It is foolish to underestimate the real danger. Anyone who miscalculates the crossing time risks being caught in the rapidly rising water. Moreover, during low tide, seaweed often remains on the road surface, making it slippery and complicating navigation, especially for those unfamiliar with the area. So do not be careless, and remember, the tide will not retreat quickly. Now we travel to Alaska to experience the Dalton Highway, another of the most isolated and dangerous roads in the world, where treacherous ice and unforgiving wilderness test the limits of even the bravest drivers. It stretches over 660 kilometers through Alaska's rugged landscape as a supply route for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. Built in 1974, the road serves as a critical path for transporting equipment and fuel to the oil fields in Prudhoe Bay. The highway passes through some of the harshest climates on Earth. In bad weather, the road can quickly turn into a snowy or icy trap, making the danger of losing control at temperatures of -50 degrees Celsius all too real. Survival depends not only on good preparation, but also on extreme caution. The highway was constructed in less than a year despite its remote location, but most of the road remains unpaved. Due to its isolation, maintenance is challenging and weather-dependent, so travelers often face unforeseen dangers like landslides or uneven road surfaces. And if something goes wrong, help is a long way off. There are only 3 towns along the entire route, with very limited gas stations and medical facilities. Humans have built roads not only through cliffs, over water, and through snow, but also across desert hills and dunes. Let us take a drive along the famous mountain road in the United Arab Emirates. This high-quality road winds its way up a mountain, revealing panoramic views at every turn. And when you reach the top, you can enjoy a view of the desert below and the city of Al Ain, marveling at the striking contrast between urban life and natural beauty. Al Ain is often called the Garden City due to its lush oases amidst arid surroundings, and the winding road offers glimpses of green havens hidden among the sands. However, the main treasure you can endlessly admire is the masterpieces of nature itself. Also, at the summit, you will find several restaurants offering delicious local cuisine, so after conquering the mountain road, you will be treated to a feast for both your taste buds and your eyes. Prepare to experience an entirely new type of excitement. Thailand is known for its bustling lifestyle, but the most incredible coexistence of transportation and commerce can be seen at the Maeklong market. Its main feature is that it is located right on the railway tracks. Yes, you heard that correctly. The pace of life is so fast that vendors find it easier to make way for a train than to relocate to another area and develop new spaces. As absurd as it may sound, they stubbornly refuse to leave their long-established location and continue their adventurous trade in the narrow corridor between houses, laying out goods almost on the rails. The train speed on this section is only 14 kilometers per hour. This seemingly ensures safety, but seeing it pass so close to market visitors in a narrow passage makes your heart skip a beat. Eshima Ohashi Bridge is a massive structure that proudly rises in Japan over Lake Nakaume, connecting the cities of Sakaiminato and Matsue. It spans 1.7 kilometers in length and 11.3 meters in width. From a distance, it looks like a roller coaster. It seems as if driving on such a structure is unthinkable and defies gravity. But this effect is due to a unique optical illusion and a specific angle of view. Its steep incline gives drivers the feeling that they are climbing vertically. This incredible engineering achievement exceeds the boldest calculations. The bridge appears extremely steep, but in reality, its gradient is 6.1 and 5.1 degrees on each side, and the structure serves a practical purpose, allowing large ships to pass beneath it effortlessly. Driving on the Eshima Ohashi Bridge is an intriguing experience offering panoramic views of Lake Nakaume. The surrounding landscapes inspire awe and completely captivate you on a clear day. You can see the horizon stretching for miles ahead. That wraps up this episode. If you enjoyed it and want to see the next part or something similar, write about it in the comments, leave likes, and subscribe to Top Facts for the most incredible compilations of facts and videos from across the internet. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out the previous 2 top episodes.